There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, and it's just a way. Disneyland, you caught me in a vulnerable time. I didn't know that this was going to happen for me. Major thank you, shout out to the Disney Experience team who hosted me and my children for this trip. I am having major imposter syndrome. I was there with 50 other creators and then maybe 50 other media type creators. I cannot believe I got to be in the mix with that. It changed. I'm going to say something bold here. It changed our lives in a way that I could never express in gratitude. It changed my life because it pushed me to believe in myself and look at content from a different angle. I think a lot of times when I'm home, I'm a mom, I'm 47, I'm in Massachusetts. No, not many people around me do this and do it seriously. And seeing the creators around me who are like, it made me want to level up. It made me want to be less apologetic for what I do. It was very inspirational. 2, my kids look at my career differently now. They got to see everyone doing it well, everyone treating each other like gold, including each other, collaborating, yapping, talking, celebrating. This isn't just mom being goofy with her camera. This is a life for us. So thank you, Disney, for that trip that I will never forget, and the new friends that I made on the trip. If you know who you are, you know who you are. I freaking love you. I am living in my Disney Afterglow. There's an afterglow at Disney. We can call it depression, post-Disney depression, but I'm going to call it the afterglow because that sounds less dramatic. I'm glowing from Disney, and nothing else in my life is glowing the same way as when it did at Disney. Anyway, that's the episode you're getting today. Today, I'm going to talk about my very first second experience at Disneyland California. My first experience at Disneyland California was back in 2000 with my boyfriend from California and his little sister. Hi, guys. I don't remember too much about that trip. And I hope that in 20-something years, I remember so much about this current trip with my kids. So, a fully adult first-timer at Disneyland who goes to Disney World every year. So many of you asked for this. So, without further ado, let's go through my list of differences that I absolutely identified right out of the gates. Are you ready for this? Let me pull up my email to myself. I call this email Disneyland Yap. Okay. The biggest differences between Disneyland and Disney World were the following. 1, the arrival on to property. My arrival to Disneyland felt, I'm going to tell you what, we went to Disney World, Orlando, Lake Buena Vista, only 2 weeks. Actually, we had a week in between both trips. So we got back from Orlando, had a week to recover, and then went to Disneyland. My first impression of Disneyland was not the greatest because we just went from the highway, took an exit, gassed up at a gas station, pulled into the resort, and I didn't see the archway. I didn't see the billboards just hyping you the fuck up on your way in. We pulled in, and all of a sudden I was like, do we do valet? Are we self-parking? No, we're not self-parking. We're doing valet. And then they come and greet you, and all of a sudden you're in a lobby. And I just didn't get the foreplay that I needed. 2, the check-in to the room at the Grand Californian. Hear me out. You got to stay with this whole list because you'll see how it all unfolds. The check-in to our room at the Grand Californian, which is a deluxe level pricing, deluxe/luxury level resort pricing. I guess I just expected the room to be a little bit more. The volume was not up on the TV. Usually it's blaring with your name up on the screen. The name was on the screen, but the TV wasn't playing the music. And I needed to get that immediate feeling of the room. That's one of my favorite things. Walk in the room, the music's playing, you know the vibe of the resort you're staying at. Each resort has a different song. And by the end of the trip, you're like, lock in this song because this is everything. I didn't know that the system was different at Disneyland with the multi-pass. I almost panicked and bought the premium on our first day because I was like, I can't be doing this with only one ride booked at a time. 3 of the rides were down within our first hour of our Disneyland experience. And I was a little bit shook. I said, guys, I'm going to book something across the way at California Adventure with the multi-pass. We spent an hour and a half in Disneyland without riding one ride, walking around frantically. I did not know my way around. So that's, again, first experience. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So went over to California Adventureland, and that's when it was like the ribbon was cut. We were welcomed into Disneyland California mode. We had a freaking blast. We rode 3 rides within the first hour that we have never ridden before. And I can't wait to show you the vlog. But I paid for Cars, the Cars ride. Went on Incredicoaster, 10 out of 10. Went on Goofy's Sky School, 10 out of 10 laugh factor. I don't know how you're going to feel about it. It's a little whimsical meets rustic, crack you back. We went on those 3 rides in the first hour and I was back into Nicki, happy. I got this. We got this mode. And then the rest is history. So let's jump ahead into some of those other differences that I saw. Now that we're in our rhythm, now that I'm speaking so highly of Disneyland, let's talk about it. The rides. Pirates of the Caribbean. I learned so many fun facts on that California ride. I did not know that it would be possible for me to rank the Pirates ride in California higher than the one in Disney World. I grew up Disney World, guys. You cannot tell me that any Pirates ride is ever going to make my heart so happy than the one in Disney World. But the Disneyland Pirates ride won. It won. It won in every single category except for the original hill and the smell that you get the minute, the second, the millisecond you enter that first scene with the ship. So I can't believe I'm saying this. Pirates of the Caribbean goes to Disneyland. That's an award. That's a trophy. That's a ribbon. Tiana's Bayou. Who do you think wins Tiana's Bayou? I'm going to give Tiana's Bayou 1,000% hands down to Walt Disney World, to Magic Kingdom. We loved it at Disneyland. However, let me give you a few things. It's like a shorter, faster, rushed version. Very similar, but you feel like you did like a Cliff's Notes version of Magic Kingdom's Tiana Bayou. You also sit one in front of the other and you get drenched in California. Tiana's Bayou, Walt Disney World, Magic Kingdom wins. Next up, Soarin'. Same exact ride, same exact smell factor. The ride times at Disneyland are much longer than at Disney World. I'm talking 90 minutes, 75 minutes, 60 minutes recurring. Disneyland, that's a long wait. Disney World, you're not really waiting that long. And if you're doing the multi-pass, you're getting on Soarin' quite easily. Don't put Soarin' above Ratatouille or Frozen in Epcot at Epcot at Walt Disney World, because you're going to get on it even if you choose it as your like fifth ride. You're going to get on it and you're going to love it. Next up, It's a Small World. When you see the one at Disneyland, you're going to be like, whoa, this is beautiful. They do one of their shows like reflected on to the ride front. I don't even need to say anymore. Disneyland wins It's a Small World. They also have some very new 70th anniversary details in the ride. Make sure you go check those out. Look for them. Know about them prior to, so you can get excited about seeing them. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. It wins. Next up, Guardians of the Galaxy. I know these are not meant to be the same ride, but when you take Guardians of the Galaxy and you put it up against, so Guardians of the Galaxy, California Adventure, holy crap, in love with this ride. It gives you the same thrill as Tower of Terror, but without the spook, creepy factor. And it gives you the same vibe as Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind in Disney World, but a different drop. It's a drop factor ride. What I loved about it is it's different drops and different vibe for every song you get. So the same way we get excited at Disney World for Guardians, what song are you going to get? Are you going to get September? Are you going to get Everybody Wants to Rule the World? What are we going to get? There's that same anticipation. The first song that we got on Guardians California edition was Born to Be Wild. You cannot tell me that that is not an epic way to enter that ride. You guys who think, no way could I do that, you can. Get an 8-year-old to pepper you and make you feel guilty in your ear about not experiencing everything the park has to offer. You'll get on that ride and you will love it. The rush and the ending, you're like, we did that. Let's go on Incredicoaster again. Okay. Next up, Indiana Jones. When I first saw Indiana Jones, I thought that it was similar to the Hollywood Studios Indiana Jones show because it looks like the same sign. And I was like, oh, we don't need to do that. We've seen that show a bunch of times. Turns out it's a ride. I'm going to give it a similar ride feel as Dinosaur, R.I.P., Dinosaur in Dinoland's Animal Kingdom. Similar vibes to the dinosaur, the way the dinosaur ride moves, but state-of-the-art illusions. Experience a 10 out of 10. The way they did that ride is amazing. Next up, Space Mountain. We ranked Disneyland better than Disney World. It's smoother. It feels a little faster. My son can probably give you the technicalities on the exact speed. It's a 2-seater, side by side. You sit with your buddy instead of front to back. It's the OG. We liked it better. Honorable freaking mention to the whole Disneyland experience is they still have the Fantasyland dark rides that have not changed a lick since you were there in 1992. Maybe earlier. I'm just throwing 1992 reversible jacket, cool Nicki vibes, where I had to have this reversible jacket. I still have it. Why didn't I wear it? Next trip, I'm going to bust it out. Turn it inside out so I can see. That's a good song for a reversible jacket. Next up, the history. I'm going to give you a little history of Main Street that I learned. There is a lamp in one of the windows above the rail station, above the train station on Main Street, Disneyland, California. There's a lamp in one of the windows. The lamp is on. you will see the lamp on. The lamp used to be a sign as to whether or not Walt himself was on property. I did not know this. If you already knew this, you could be like, Nicki, we know this. I didn't. Walt, the light used to be on to signify that Walt was on property. And the light would be off to signify that Walt was not on property. He was out doing other things. The light is permanently on now, and I wanted to cry with that knowledge. It's just so sweet and magical. That's what I'm here for. 2025 Nicki wants to become a Disney history buff. And that's why, if you are privileged enough to be able to do a VIP tour, you sit with that VIP tour guide on every ride, through every attraction. You ask them every question, and you will get an entire lesson plan on Disney parks. Shout out Josette. Chase's take on Disney World versus Disneyland. He is an 8-year-old boy with tired legs. He does not like a lot of exertion. He loves Disney. He loves the rides. He loves the technicalities of Disney. He loves the ride times. He watches TPM videos constantly. Chase voted. He said it last night while he was doing the dishes, trying to earn some chore money. He said he voted Disneyland above Disney World. I don't know if he really means that entirely. I think he's in the afterglow, but I said, why? Why do you feel that way? That's amazing. It was easy to get around. It was way easier to get around. My legs didn't hurt. Moment of silence for Kim, the stroller. If you followed my Disney World journey, you loved the stories of Kim, the Kim Chronicles. Why I did not bring Kim to Disneyland was she was wobbly from Florida. She is exhausted. I was exhausted from pushing her, carrying her, doing that stuff. And I felt like we're here being hosted by Disneyland. My kids are 8 and 10. I don't really have the desire to bring her. I might be a little bit embarrassed here at a work function. So Nicki in full mom lifestyle mode, Kim all the way. Nicki in work mode. We got places to go, people to see, and your legs need to work, and it's a smaller park. So that's the Kim story. Layla still votes Disney World. She's a little bit more like me. She likes the hype up. She likes the leading up to. She likes the 4 parks. She likes the bopping around, the extreme sport of it all. So where I'm at is, oh my God, how am I going to do one without the other ever? I called my bookkeeper yesterday. I said, is there a way for us to do, instead of 2 weeks Disney World, what if we do a week Disney World and a week Disneyland for our school vacations? And she's like, Nicki, I know you still won't feel like that's enough time at Disney World. Anyway, I don't know the answer yet. I am indifferent and I'm in love with both. And if you're a Disney World person, the 70th anniversary is your time to try out Disneyland. It just is. Like, I want to scream it from the rooftops. Go check it out and watch some of the Disneyland creators' videos before you go to kind of get those breadcrumbs, get those tidbits. One more thing to mention is the food. Just some quick rapid fire things. Mickey waffles are nothing near what they are at Walt Disney World. The Disneyland ones don't compare. Disney World wins the Mickey waffles hands down 1,000 times over. They were not the same. They looked the same. They did not taste the same. There was not the crispier outside, softer inside. It was all the same texture, all fluffy. Tried more than once. No. Disney World wins the Mickey waffle. Disneyland, you already know this. Disneyland wins the churros. Had at least one churro per day in California. Not one disappointed. I have to give a shout out to Carlos from Storytellers Cafe. He did a dab for me. He was the best waiter we've possibly ever had. So shout out Carlos, Storytellers Cafe at the Grand Californian. Go check out their breakfast. It was delicious. I went up twice. Chase went up 3 times, maybe 4. Yes, to that breakfast and the character experience there. That's all I got for right now. I hope that was helpful. I don't even know what to name these little one-off episodes, but I know that I just gave you some things that I would want to know before going to Disneyland. And I guess that's all that matters is I'm trying to give you what I would have wanted to see. I love you for that. Thanks. Make sure you catch Unplugged with Nicki Marie every Tuesday. I don't know when these little tidbits will be dropping, but listen in, subscribe to the podcast. It helps me to stay here to do content for you. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and all things Nicki Marie Inc. I love you. Thanks for being here. Holly girl. Stay for more with a dab. We out.